Hey everybody, before the show starts, log on to musicmoneymakeover.com/shop to download all my books and free guides. And while you're there, click on the book a call tab to book a one-on-one Zoom call with me to get all your music business questions solved. Enjoy the show. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Music Money Makeover Show. My name is Casey Graham, and on this episode, we're talking about how to build a production company, right, LLC, as a music producer. Now, maybe, I think, was it 2 weeks? 2 weeks ago, I made a video on how to build an LLC as a music artist, okay? And it went bananas. You all loved it. So I figured I would do the same for a music producer. Now, this is one instance, and this may be part one. If you see me change the title a few weeks down the line, this is because this is one way producers can build a company structure for themselves, because not every producer is the same. But this is going to be a general, straightforward producer situation of how they would utilize the LLC and a great company structure to not only protect themselves, but maximize their money, as what we like to talk about on the Music Money Makeover Show. Now, if you want to donate to the channel, you can do so right over here. And if you want to skip what's coming up next, Copyright Explained, you can do so right down below. But here we go in the Copyright Explained. Copyright, the sole right which an author has in their own original literary compositions. The exclusive right of an author to print, publish, and vend their own literary works for their own benefit. Now, of course, there are two main rights of copy that the music industry operates and revolves around, and that's the masters and the publishing. And the masters is referred to as the sound recording copyright. Sound recordings as in records, masters, phonogram, or the audio recording file, i.e. the WAV, MP3, AIFF of the composition and or song. Now, you can collect your master recording royalties or the proceeds due from the sale and streaming of the master recording via your distributor like TuneCore or DistroKid, and if you have a major label deal, then it's them, all right? Now, you can also collect the performance royalties via the master sound recording via Sound Exchange and PPL over in the UK. Sound Exchange is based here in America, and if you are outside of America, any other organization that collects these sound recording performance royalties are referred to as neighboring rights. Now, publishing is referred to as a performing arts copyright here in America. Okay, performing arts as in the composition, sheet music, MIDI files, publishing, or song to be performed. You can collect the performance royalties for the composition via BMI, CSAC, ASCAP here in America, and PRS over in the UK, and other countries have their own performing rights organization as well to collect those royalties for you. All right, now, you can collect the mechanical royalties due from the composition via Harry Fox, Music Reports, and the Mechanical Licensing Collective here in America. You can also collect your mechanical royalties over in the UK from MCPS. So now, Lyric Find right here. You can get your lyric display royalties from Lyric Find and Music Match, but that's that. Let's go through the 6 rights of copyright to be exercised to the fullest extent of the United States Code under Title 17, and that's the right to reproduce. The right to reproduce the copyrighted work in copies or phonorecords, physical or digital format. The right to prepare derivative works. The right to prepare derivative works based upon the copyrighted work. The right to distribute copies or phonorecords of the copyrighted work to the public by sale or other transfer of ownership or by rental, lease, or lending. And then we have the right to public performance, the right to perform the copyrighted work publicly, the right to public display, the right to display the copyrighted work publicly, and the right to digital performance, and that's the right to digital audio transmission performance. All right, so we are back from Copyright Explained. Okay, if you want to text me, you can, 470-291-5767, 470-291-5767. I want to remind everybody, please add your name to the phone. I don't spam, but I don't reply to people who I don't know, all right? So if you don't want to talk to me, don't text me, but add your name to the phone because that's the only way I'm going to remember you. Now, we're going to jump into the preface of this video. All my producers, this is for you to get your business together, so you can really make some great deals in this game and you can have some longevity. And this will set you up for longevity if you follow this structure right here. Now, this is not the end-all be-all structure. With this structure, you can make a lot of money with it, okay? There are other things you have to do to fill in the blanks to actually make money and get the placements that you need for this structure. However, going forward, if you utilize this structure, this will be good for you when you want to make some deals down the line. Let's jump into it. All right, everybody, welcome back to the inside of the computer, and check it out. Here's what you're going to need. This actually might end up being a part one. I might have to do a different type of production setup, but this is going to be most producers. This is for a Production Company LLC. And I know that it's not going, when I explain this today, it's not going to be standard by a typical, that's my neighbors outside, it's crazy. It's not going to be standard by a typical LLC, but I mean, well, production company, this will be standard based on what a typical producer will do, because we know that production companies normally do demo recordings for artists. That's another story for another day. And I don't like production company deals, but I realize that for some artists, it's the best that they can get. And so that's just what it is. Now, here's what you will need for today's example. And it's going to be a short video today. 2 LLCs. I'm going to show you why you need 2 LLCs. We're going to get really nice with this thing. All right. You're going to need 2 EIN numbers. That should be an S by numbers. You need a bank account. You need an accountant eventually. You need a corporate attorney eventually, and a tax attorney eventually, so that it can help you save on some taxes. All right. So I always like to put that out there. Now, in this book, this is The Musician's Guide to Self-Publishing, all right? And I think this is an old cover, all right? And I might have to, I got to revamp this book now. But some of you all still need this book, and all of my new viewers coming in still need this book. But like I did on the investing video, the LLC video previously on this channel a couple weeks ago, in this book I talk about being on your way to becoming investable, okay? And it was only one sentence. I think it was after chapter 2 or chapter 3. But if you don't have this book, it's only $10. It's not a lot of money. I mean, especially by today's standards, $10 is really not a lot. So I suggest you go get it. It's in the link below. Actually, every single video on this channel is in the description below. But go grab this, and you'll see what I'm talking about in today's video. Okay, so enough of selling books and all that stuff. Let's check this out, and I'm expounding upon this, okay? Here's what you're going to need. Now, for the smart ones, you're going to look at this and you're going to say, all right, I get it already. I know what we're doing. All right, you don't have to go any further. But for those who don't understand, let me dig a little bit further. You're going to need 2 LLCs here, okay? You're going to need the Operations LLC, and you're going to need a LLC for Asset Holdings. And I do have a C right here for copyrights. So without further ado, now that you see that, let's just jump into it. Now, okay, operations, all of your physical labor. The Operations LLC, this is what you do with this LLC. This business runs the leasing of your beats, the beat sales, meaning like the exchange of the master rights to the new owner in exchange for a producer advance, selling your beat, the full rights. That's what that is. And then you have your leasing sales. I should say sales. Publishing royalties will come into this business. All right. Endorsements, like when people, they want you to talk about, okay, like you use a Kai and they pay you to use their stuff, or like Native Instruments, and you get paid to do all the, the extra money that you get just for being you. That comes into this Operations LLC as well. And then you got producers royalties. That's going to come in from the master royalties that you're owed from the record company when you sold the beat. All right. All of that is going to come into the Operations LLC as well. But if we take a look at the flip right here, before we get there, we got to say caution. Be mindful that you don't infringe on any compositional right or master rights when signing service contracts under this business. You don't want to do that, because the people have to sue your business. They're taking all of this cash that you made, or all this cash that you made in this business, they're taking it out. So know when you're sampling something, okay? Please. If you're a producer, you got to educate yourself on music. You can't be in this game and you don't know anything about samples, whether it be current, past, whatever. Educate yourself on what a sample is and when you're sampling, okay? And that goes for when you sample from library music, maybe stuff like the Kingsway Library. Shout out to Kingsway and all the from the Drum Broker, all those people, like Illmind. They make music specifically for sampling. Clear your samples, because if someone comes and sues you, they're coming for the cash in this business. So therefore, be mindful that you don't infringe on any compositional right or master rights when signing service contracts That's not even signing. That's so embarrassing. All right, I had to make that edit real quick. So be mindful that you don't infringe on any compositional right or master rights when signing service contracts under this business. Now, let us continue. What do we do with the next one? This is where your copyrights are held. Yes, you will be paying that yearly fee every year, but in the grand scheme of things, $50 to $100 a year, it ain't that much. Okay? So come on, we're doing business here. We can't be crying about $50 to $100. Let's go make some bread. We here to make money. All right? So the more valuable assets you have in this company, the easier it will be to do a publishing deal with you as an asset owner, increasing your income. The assets are the copyright. The more valuable the copyright, the more people will want to do business with this holding company. The only thing that is doing is owning the copyrights to the composition. Okay? When you make money, it is a direct income into this holding company. That's it. It is not a royalty. It's a direct income. Okay? But your whole point to this LLC is to hold the publishing in this, the composition, the copyright, everything else, all the business, all the transactions, the operations, and all that stuff is going on here. The only transaction that you make, let's go back. The only transaction that you make is when you do a publishing deal and they give you an advance. And an advance is income. But because it's a lump sum, it comes as income. It doesn't come as a royalty. Okay? So you hold copyrights in this one. Now, we got to give the same disclaimer. Be mindful that you don't infringe on any compositional right or master rights when signing contracts under this business, period. Because if there is any asset in here that contains a sample that was not cleared and you own it and you have an investor come in and invest in this asset holding company right here, you are then on the hook. They want compensation. All right? So when you do business this way, I just want you to be mindful. This is what it looks like when you start to get fancy. Now, this is the bonus to all of this. Because remember, we only got 2 companies. But in this case, I'm going to make 3. Let's say you do an album for, I don't know, somebody. Let's say you do an album for, I'm going to use Currency because he's my favorite rapper. All right? You do, let's say this is Harry Fraud. All right? And he does one album for Currency. He puts all of that publishing into this LLC. All right? And then let's say we go off and we do some records for, I don't know, let's just say Meg Thee Stallion, right? You go and you got 2 placements on Meg Thee Stallion. You put those in this one right here. All right? And then over here, maybe you put all of the records that didn't, or you know that they might do all right. They may be medium weight records. They may be album placements. You put them over here in this LLC. Okay? And then when you say, you know what, I want to get some extra cash. I think we've built up enough mediocre records over here. Let me go and do a publishing deal on this LLC. The rest of these are totally fine. You know what I mean? They're untouched. But let's say you just cash out on this on $250,000. The investor says, good deal. I'll give you $250,000 for 25%. Or, you know, I'll give you $250,000 for half. You say, bet. But none of these are touched. They're all good. That's all good right there. Okay? You see how that works? That's how that works. So let's say, all right, the 2 records you got on Meg Thee Stallion, you have someone come in, yeah, I'm going to give you $1.5 million. And we want 25%. Boom, that cash drops into this LLC. You only pay income tax on that. Okay? And then that's what it is. None of these are affected. And it works the same way when you go and you look for Song Trust and you see that Song Trust has Song Trust Boulevard, Song Trust Avenue, Song Trust Street, and all of that. When you go and you look at BMI and ASCAP, they have different companies that hold different assets. CD Baby does the same thing. CD Baby Publishing, CD Baby Alpha, that's how Beta, that's how they have it separated. That's how you do deals. Okay, I'm going to do deals on this batch. I'm going to do a deal on this batch and this batch. And if we go back to our beginning position, we only needed 2 companies, one to hold the asset and then one to do all the operations. And in this case, your carrying cost for this business is $100 a year. Okay, that's it. Carrying cost is $100 a year. And you're building that portfolio up right there so that you can do a publishing deal on it. And at this point, I do want to add in a phrase that Big Gip said on the 85 South show about what Curtis Mayfield told him that I used on a prior episode. Check it out.
That's how we felt, because that's how we came in the game. We were sitting in Curtis Mayfield's house, and he took me in his room and he showed me the original shits from Superfly, and he said, yo, Gil, never sell your publishing until you ready to leave the game.
And there you have it, folks, the final verdict. It's going to take some hard work to make this happen, and it will take money, but it is possible. Don't shortchange yourself and stay focused. I'm out of here. All right, that is the end of the show. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and like the video. I think it's like right there in the video. You like it right down there. If you want, like I said, text me 470-291-5767, and I will gladly text you back. All right. I communicate with that number. People are texting me right now, right here on this phone, right here. Okay. Download all the free stuff, the free profit maximization guide below, the free split sheet below, or you can pay 99 cents for them and donate to the channel. I really appreciate it. There is a producer's production contract course on the site, and there's more content coming to the site as well. So if you're a producer, you need to really understand contracts for yourself, go grab that course. Okay. Anyway, I will see you all later. Peace. Hey everybody, thanks for watching the show. Log on to musicmoneymakeover.com/shop to download all my books and free guides. And while you're there, click on the book a call tab to get a one-on-one Zoom call with me to get all your music business questions answered and solved. Thanks for watching.